Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Here we are, another day with me and you.
You've never said that before.
Here we are, another day with me and you.
Hello.
Doing what we do.
Doing what we do.
Making a video for YouTube. What's new then? Nothing much.
No, the cat keeps waking us up between the hours of 6 and 7.
It was early.
Which
It was
isn't
very early. 6 o'clock. He wakes us up. Then came back later on and woke us up again.
Yeah, he did.
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure.
Yeah, so a nice early rise today. That's... sounds like that.
Edgar!
I'm going to say something.
Go on.
I want to tease the teasers out there. I want to say I've got something fun to film today.
You do have something fun to film today.
Which will be out in a couple of weeks, I think. Really exciting. I think it's pretty fun.
Yeah?
Got to do it with you. You're gonna help me out.
I'm going to help, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not involved.
You're not involved, but you are helping.
But I am
me.
helping you.
So I've got to do that and send it off today. And then someone's going to edit it, do what they do, and then it'll be revealed within due course.
It will.
Very exciting. So that's my little plan today. Right, should we crack on?
Yeah.
Right, I've not gone for an email today, but thanks for the emails, guys. Lovely emails. Lovely emails. I feel like this is a topic that we've talked about a lot, or it's been mentioned, but we've not done like a video like on it.
Okay.
And people still email about it, saying, let's talk about that. So what I'm saying is, and it's going to sound like we've talked about this a lot, but we haven't. It is theatre etiquette.
Right.
We've talked about people eating in the auditorium and people on the phones.
Yeah.
But we've never done like a rundown of like, these are the things you should do or what are required of you.
Yeah.
So I always like to Google like top 10 or like something silly. And I found a good one of like, it's based in New York, I believe. So it's American. A lot of them are good. Some of them I was a bit like, oh, that's a bit weird, but I like it. So let's just run it down.
Go for it.
And see what happens. So these are the top 16.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
and a bit of a random number. 16 theatre things you should do.
Okay.
Etiquette. Right, number 1, dress for the occasion. We've talked about that before. Dressing up. Not really done anymore though. Not as it used to be.
No, I mean, I think just whatever people feel comfortable in. I think there's lots of people who do enjoy, like, because people spend a lot of money on theatre, so they want to make an occasion of it.
Yeah, it says here, dress for the occasion. Think of going to the theatre as a special occasion, because it is a special occasion. Casual attire is perfectly acceptable now, but casual attire does not mean sloppy attire. Be comfortable, but polished.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree with that.
No.
I think whatever anyone wants to wear is fine.
I think so too. Yeah.
I think it's nice to dress up if you want to dress up, but
I think, yeah.
just don't.
What I would say, and some people do wear it out there, is stuff like high vis.
Oh yeah, try and avoid anything reflective.
Yeah, because we see it and we're like, Jesus, what's that? So even if it's like a running top or like a, I don't know, like
If you like cycle to the
yeah,
theatre or
cycle to the
something,
theatre. People like have like these tops where it could just be a stripe, and you might think, oh, it's fine, but
As soon as those lights goes down and our lights go up,
yeah, we're like, who's that guy or who's that person in the audience?
it's like seeing. It's like an alien has crash landed in the audience. We had a guy once wearing a hoodie made out of high vis, and our stage manager had to go into the audience and ask him to take it off because it was so distracting.
Yeah. So that's probably the only thing I'd say don't wear. But wait, wear what you want. Times have changed a bit now. It's not so much like you wear your Sunday best every time you go to the theatre. Times have sort of changed. Number 2, be on time.
Yeah.
It shows respect for the actors on stage and your fellow theatre goers.
There is nothing worse than latecomers. There's a point in the show called latecomers where if anyone is late for the show, it's the one point where either there's like a big applause or you coming up? Yeah.
He's like, I'll come up when I want to come up.
I'll come up with my own.
Now you got to sit down. That's like the next level of this. Yeah, looking good. Yeah.
Yeah. You're such a good boy.
Wow.
You're such a good boy. There's a part in the show called Latecomers, and usually it's a point in the show, maybe about 20 minutes in, 15, 20 minutes in, where there's like a big applause or there's like a moment where, or maybe like a lot of noise is going on stage, so it's sort of a more acceptable time to sort of slip in your seats, because it's not like a silence where there's like a somber moment on stage when it's going to be really distracting having loads of heads bobbing up and down the audience and people going, sorry, excuse me.
Yeah, it's normally like after the opening number and maybe like the next scene as well, or the next song. It's like the best place, because every show is different, but it's like the best place where the show won't be interrupted enough.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So say you are doing like the opening to Les Mis and you're like only a minute late, but the opening started, you're not going in. The front of the house won't let you in.
No.
But I don't know, I can't really remember probably after the soliloquy maybe.
It's after at the end of the day, yeah.
So just before, in between those numbers, look at me knowing Les Mis, by the way.
So go now, the story must begin. You do that and then it goes da 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 da.
And they like get in.
Yeah, they go.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, we can always see people coming in. And Heather's, it was just after Fight for Me.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's always like for the best of the show. Go to the restroom. This is number 3. Go to the restroom before you sit down, or at the intermission.
Yeah.
And not during the performance.
Only once have I ever done that, and I genuinely thought I was going to wet myself when I was watching Sweet Charity.
I did it when I went to see Waitress on Broadway.
Oh, really?
But I had to go, yeah. And it was Ogie's song, Never Getting Rid of Me. But I had to go. I was like, I need to go there. And it was a bit annoying because that's a really funny song. And the guy, I was watching like the original cast, and it was Christopher, can't remember his name, but he's amazing. But yeah, I remember sort of coming back and everyone was laughing. I was like, oh, it's a bit annoying.
But in some theatres, like when I went to see Sweet Charity at the Southwark Playhouse, they won't let you back into your seat because it's such an intimate theatre.
Right.
So I had to go up and stand on the balcony and watch the rest of the show from there. Watch the rest of the act from there. Luckily, I only had like 10 minutes left.
Okay, number 4, unwrap any cough drops or candy before the show begins.
Which is kind of annoying because they do sell that kind of stuff at the
Yeah,
theatre.
that is a bad sort of business strategy or whatever.
Yeah.
Which is weird because, well, not weird, but at the Turbine, they do these like pots of sweets, and they're great.
Yeah.
Because it's like having a pick and mix, but
They
they're all
did it
like
Back to the Future as well.
Yeah. So maybe that's the future. But maybe that is like what they should do, like scrap the packaging and just get a little tub of like sweets if that's what you want.
Yeah.
So you're not like unwrapping it.
Yeah, like a pick and mix pot.
Yeah. So
because there are some places that sell sort of like the pouches of like minstrels and you know, Skittles and whatever. So you can hear the every time someone's hand goes in, or people bring their own sweets and like constantly. Crazy. Number 5, do not fidget. It can be very distracting to persons sitting around you. I don't necessarily agree with this one.
No, I mean,
people can't help but like fidget or like, you know, move around. Some of those theatre seats are really uncomfortable.
Oh my god, like when I came to see you at the Sondheim or for your press night, Amanda Holden was sat right next to me, and I think your dad was there. And I don't know why, but sometimes my knees get really stiff. I might need to start getting like seats where I can stretch my legs out.
Yeah.
And my left knee was like seizing up, and Amanda Holden was there, and I was like trying to just move it, like just do like stuff like that, just to try and get like it looser. And I was in so much pain, but because she was there, not just because it was Amanda Holden, but probably maybe a bit more. I was being a bit more like cautious of what I was doing, because I didn't want her to think, what is this guy doing next to me, just like rubbing his leg like, up and down. But yeah, my knee was in pain, but I was trying not to fidget.
Yeah. I just think you can't, sometimes you can't help but fidget. And I feel like if you put it as like a rule, if someone goes to the theatre going, I mustn't fidget, I can't fidget, it's like that reverse psychology, it makes people want to fidget.
Yeah, I feel like you can move about and you see it a bit, but yeah,
interesting. You don't do the Macarena, but...
Yeah. Okay, number 6, we've talked about this one before, keep your shoes on.
Keep your shoes on.
Yeah, I feel like this is a weird one because I don't get it.
I don't understand why you wouldn't keep your shoes on.
I feel if you've got no medical condition, like if you don't take your shoes off, your head will blow up. You know what I mean? Like you need that sort of freedom. Then fair enough, because people might have like swollen ankles, whatever. Or there's loads of things that could be wrong with your feet. But I'm pretty sure the people I've seen with their shoes off are just getting comfortable.
Yeah.
And I'm like, come on.
You're just making yourself at home a little bit too much.
Yeah. like resting your feet on the side or whatever. You like your little toes like wiggling. Yeah, I think keep your shoes on is a good one for theatre. Here we go, Americanisms, ready for it? Do not eat potato chips, pretzels, or any crunchy snacks during a live performance.
I mean, this is like the same as the sweets.
Yeah. Never seen anyone eat a pretzel though.
No.
Love to see that. Don't eat crunchy, loud food, I guess.
Ghastly stuff, yeah.
Just soup. I'm joking. 8. Do not talk during a live performance once it's began. We get that.
Yeah.
That's quite obvious one.
I mean, there's a big difference between sort of like a quick whisper in the applause, being like, oh, they were really good.
Yeah.
Versus just having a chat whilst like someone's singing their heart out on stage.
Yeah.
Because I've definitely had that before.
Yeah, definitely try and mask it if you need to say something, like within the applause, or like if it's a really like loud instrumental.
Yeah.
Maybe that's the time to say like, this is a really good show, or to your friend. Yeah. Probably not during like a monologue or something.
Yeah.
Number 9, I think we're on. Take your hat off. If you're wearing one, it might block another person's view. That makes sense to me. I've never worn a hat, I think.
I don't think I've ever seen anyone wearing a hat either.
Yeah. That makes sense.
During a show, I don't think.
Yeah, take your hat off if you're wearing one.
I think that's just sort of more indoor etiquette anyway, because
yeah, people have a thing, don't they? Like if you're wearing a hat
indoors, yeah. So I think most people automatically just take their hats off when they come in.
Especially if it's like a big one with like loads of fruit on it.
Yeah.
Cowboy
hat.
Just huge hat.
Yeah.
I love going to the theatre. Okay, number 10. This is one I was a bit like, oh, never thought about this one. Avoid wearing too much perfume or aftershave and deodorant, as well as breath mints.
That's too much for me.
Yeah. Is this okay? Like making sure you smell alright. That'd be weird if someone was sat next to you like with all these smellies.
Yeah, but I also just, I don't know,
It'd be like being in a toilet with that guy, you know, there's always a guy in a club toilet who asks for £1, he's like, do you want a spray?
Yeah.
Mint? Condom? That's what it would be like.
Yeah. I just let people do it, like, when it comes to that, it's sort of like, you're now policing what they've done at home.
Yeah.
As well as, you know, how they're behaving within an audience. Like, just let people wear perfume if they want to wear perfume. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, but it's just too much. But you know, what is too much?
What is too much?
Yeah. I mean, I've never sat next to anyone and gone, Jesus,
no.
It smells like, I don't know, Debenhams.
And also, usually people put their perfume and their aftershave or whatever on at home. So by the time they get to the theatre, it's kind of diluted a bit. So it'd be very different if someone got a bottle of perfume out and was like, while sat next to you, because then you could be like, oh, that's a bit much. But whatever people think is an appropriate amount of perfume, I think is fine.
And the breath mints, like, I mean...
I don't think I've ever had someone speak to me and I've gone, God, your breath smells too fresh.
Number 11. Respect the space of the persons on either side of you. Try to stay within your boundaries of your own chair. Do not take both armrests.
I was going to say I have had like the armrest battle before.
Do not take shopping bags unless you check them in before you sit down.
Yeah, there's like a bag check, isn't there?
I like to because I was thinking about this. I feel like I do take both armrests. But I'm like really, not clever, but I don't go forward and use all of them. I think I just go back.
I use the back, yeah.
So I'm right in the corner. So then sometimes people say my legs are the armrests. My arms will be like here. And then they can like lean in front and it never really bothers me. I can't do like one arm. Do you know what I mean? I have to like, I don't know what to do with my arms.
Yeah.
So if I just tuck them in, that's I think the most comfortable place for me. So my elbow is like just touching the armrest, but that means I was like, oh, really.
Yeah, I don't know what I do.
I think if you like that, I think that's naughty. Try to be as, you know, compact as you possibly can, I guess.
I've also had the man spreading as well, where you have to sit like that, like with your knees to one side, because they're like...
Yeah, here's a good one. Stay awake. Snoring or leaning your head on a neighbour's shoulder when you fall asleep is absolutely unacceptable.
I've got a funny story about this. Well, the first funny story is that at Les Mis, because Les Mis was such a tourist attraction, we'd get people who had literally just come off the plane and buy like the £20 front row tickets. So we'd end up with a front row.
Yeah, honestly.
All of them asleep.
Yeah.
All of them.
Have you ever fell asleep in a theatre?
No, I don't think so. Not during a show.
I have. During Phantom.
Funny story, person in front of me when I went to see Phantom fell asleep and rested their head on my knees.
Oh.
Because I was in like the dress circle, so it was like really steep.
She was like that?
Yeah, she was like that.
Yeah, it was the letter, round about the letter song. And I was trying my hardest to stay awake. And I literally fell asleep for probably like 10 minutes at that.
Yeah.
And that's all I needed. You know, you have those sort of weird like,
yeah.
And you fall asleep, then you wake up and go, oh, I feel my eyes are not stinging anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know why I was so tired, but I was. And it was round like the letter song. And I just trying to keep awake
That's
as
the
much
worst
as I could.
feeling in the world.
So sorry for that, Phantom. Okay, number 13, nearly there. Turn off your cell phone.
Yeah, I mean, you get
as
told
soon
that
as you sit down. Turn it off and put it away.
Yeah.
A lot of airplane modes. I do airplane mode, to be honest. I never really turn it off. I just always do airplane mode.
Turn it off.
Turn it off. Number 14. You've probably had this one a lot. Do not sing along.
Don't sing along.
Unless asked to sing along by the actors on stage.
Yeah.
Refrain from singing, humming, or whistling the tunes you hear.
Yeah.
That's a no-no, innit?
Yeah.
I know it's hard, especially when you know the song so well, if you listen to the soundtrack. And especially if it's a jukebox musical. Like, I heard stories about Motown, and it was just like a concert. But it's like a show at the end of the day. But it's really off-putting, isn't it?
There was a Heather sing-along performance, specifically for that purpose. But other than that, it's a show. You've paid to hear Alfie Boe sing Bring Him Home, and Beverly Knight sing I'll Always Love You.
Yeah. And also with that sort of stuff, I think, yeah, it's good that you know the show, but the person next to you might have never seen the show or heard anything about it and been experienced it for the first time. And if you're like going, sing the punchline before it comes out, or just this humming of a sound,
It's not fair.
Yeah, it sort of takes the experience away from someone. And I want to say as well, if you have done that before or know someone who's been on the front row and gone, hey, I'm going to sing Dead Girl Walking along with Carrie today because when she sees me, she's going to be like, oh wow, that girl knows all the words, how cool. It's never cool. We never look at someone in the audience and go, oh, look at that person, they know all the words, that's so amazing.
That's amazing,
They must be a huge fan. Look at them singing along with us. It's not fun. Because you're like, what are you doing? Because we can hear you, and it's really off-putting.
Yeah, we're going, I wish that person would please be quiet so I can hear my own voice and hear myself think.
Yeah, so no singing along. Number 15, nearly there. 2 more. Do not be a prissy Miss Manners.
What does that mean?
It's sort of explained, but I've never heard that saying before. Although a person's behaviour might be inappropriate or disruptive, do not take it upon yourself to be the manners police.
But isn't that what this whole blog is?
Sort of. But I'm guessing they're saying, hey, these are the rules, but don't you act on them. I sort of get this one though, because I feel like if something was happening, if the person was like a repeat offender, like always on the phone, like you can probably at the start go, hey, listen, turn your phone off, whatever.
Yeah.
Do something like that. But if it carries on, I think that's when you should alert the front of house staff or an usher and go, hey, listen, like this person's being disruptive.
There also gets to a point where you're like, is me alerting an usher even more distracting than what they're doing?
Yeah.
So sometimes it's worth just being like, can you stop whatever you're doing?
Yeah.
But then if they continue doing it, then I feel like you need to get someone official to make them stop.
Kick them out on the streets where you live. 16, the final one.
We made it.
Be appreciative. Do show your appreciation by clapping at the appropriate times and standing at the end of the show when all others around you are standing. I feel like you should clap at the end of the show.
Yeah.
Even if you didn't like it. Because
there's more people than just the cast that you saw who went into making that show.
Like even if you hated the show, I feel like you should clap and go, hey, listen, I can see the effort.
Yeah, I appreciate that you've worked really hard on this, regardless of whether I liked it or not. Because
if you've got like 100 people clapping and one person isn't, everyone's eyes go to that one person. Yeah. And it sucks a bit. I had a guy, a reviewer, in for High Fidelity, and it was intimate theatre, and he sat right there, and he at the end he was like, no joke. We were all like, oh god. We got 3 stars, so it wasn't terrible, but still, it was very like evident that he didn't love it. We were like, well, we're not getting 5 stars from him. So yeah, I feel like you should probably like clap at the appropriate times.
Yeah, and even if you like hated all the cast or thought the cast were like rubbish, applaud all of the people who were stood in the wings listening to that reaction.
Yeah,
because they all worked their asses off putting set pieces on and handing out props and you know, flying stuff into the wings and working really hard. So
yeah. I did see something about clapping on like another blog, like another like sort of one of these theatre etiquettes, and they brought up clapping for the lead actors. That's an American thing. So like on Broadway, or when a star's in a show, or there's like whoever.
Oh, well, when they first come out.
Yeah, when they first come out, it's like they say the line like, "Angelica, where are you?" And then it goes, "Hey!" And then we just like claps the lead actor, and they just stay there for like 10 seconds, and then they carry on. That's
so bizarre.
Yeah, that's not a West End thing.
No,
we don't do that in the West End, but on Broadway they do. Yeah, really crazy, isn't it?
That's so bizarre.
They come out and everyone just claps them.
That's really bizarre.
It's really crazy. I don't know. I don't get it, but I mean, I like it. I mean, because if it was me, I'd love it.
Well, I guess it's the same for like when George McFly comes out for the first time and does his line.
Yeah.
And, you know, there was always like applause after them, but that was less because of who they were as people and more because the show is so, and like their characters were so iconic.
Yeah.
It'd be really weird, because that's just weird to me.
Because if you did it in like Heathers, because your first line is like September 1st.
1989, yeah.
Dear Diary, that's probably when the clap would happen. So they'd have to just like, the music would have to
but that would happen.
Yeah.
That did happen, but not because of me. It was because of the show and people were excited to, because they knew that was like the start of the show. I feel like I'd be really, not distracted by it, but I would feel like it pulled me out of the moment. Because if I was like, you know, if I was like Patti LuPone, and the reason they're applauding is because Patti LuPone just walks on stage. If I was Patti LuPone, I'd be like, this is really weird because they're applauding me as a person.
Yeah.
And it's nothing to do with the show. I feel like I'd go and just be completely sucked out of like that thing. I just want that bit to be over so then I can get back into like the run of the show.
Yeah, definitely. I think I'd be the same.
I find it really strange.
And also I think it like one day, the one day you don't get a clap will proper like throw you.
Yeah.
You'll be like, Angelica, where are you? Like first line. Just crickets. You'd be like, okay, carry on then. But yeah, interesting. Well, that was that, theatre etiquette. I feel like we've talked about it, but not in a video like this. So yeah, 16 things to think about. A lot of things.
Yeah.
Well, that was that. Take it easy, everyone. 5-1. Take it easy. Be safe out there. Don't. There's a lot of don'ts.
There's a lot of don'ts.
Don't wear too much aftershave / perfume / deodorant and breath mints.
Yeah.
Don't be a walking scent when you go to a theatre, apparently.